Good morning, class. I am Lakshman Singh with you again with our new topic Goods and Services Tax. Let us see what are Goods and Services Tax. This Goods and Services Tax, this GST. GST was previously known as Sales Tax, which has gone under many improvements and changes in ways of collection of the taxes. Only a person or an organization registered under GST is authorized to collect GST on sale or transfer of goods or services. This tax is collected against selling of any material or against providing any service, like selling of a television. When a television is sold, then a tax is collected. This is a sale. And like bank transaction, when we do online transaction and some taxes collected on that transaction, that is called service. Transaction being done is called service, like computer service and all. So GST is actually value added tax, but it is collected in a different way. So first of all, we will see how value added tax was collected. We know that every material, everything, whatever we use is made by manufacturer. First of all, manufacturer is there, then dealer, then next is wholesaler, then retailer, and finally it reaches to consumer or customer. So whatever things we use directly does not come to the consumer. It comes in several steps. Let's see. First of all, manufacturer. Suppose manufacturer sells any article for rupees 1000. Manufacturer sells any article for rupees 1000 to a dealer. It is sold to a dealer. Then let's say rate of tax is 10%. So 10% of this 1000 rupees will be paid by dealer. So 10% of 1000 rupees 100 is collected by manufacturer. This is sales tax collected by manufacturer from dealer. And this 100 rupees will be deposited in the government's account. Then dealer sells that article to a wholesaler for rupees 1500. Then dealer will collect tax for this 1500 from wholesaler. So dealer will collect 10% of 1500, that is 150 rupees will be collected by dealer. Now dealer has already paid rupees 100, so remaining tax will be 50 rupees, which will be paid by dealer to the government. Then wholesaler sells that article to a retailer for rupees 2000 rupees. Then wholesaler will collect tax from retailer, that is 10% of 2000. He will collect rupees 200. Out of this 200, wholesaler has already paid tax rupees 150. So leaving that rupees 150 remaining, that is 50 rupees, he will pay to government. Now retailer sells it to consumer for 3000. Then tax collected by retailer is 300 rupees. Retailer has already paid 200 to the wholesaler to pay the government. So he will pay remaining 100 rupees to government. So we can see overall government gets how much money? 100 rupees from manufacturer, 50 rupees from dealer, again 150 from 50 from wholesaler, and 100 from retailer. So government gets total 300 rupees as sales tax. Now how much consumer pays the tax? Consumer has paid 300 to retailer and government has received also 300 rupees. It means total tax paid to the government is 300 and total tax paid by consumer is also rupees 300. It means tax paid, either sales tax or service tax, whatever, everything is paid by consumer. Consumer has to bear it. So value added tax, when individual will pay value added tax, that is his tax liability. So his tax liability will be tax paid on the profit. We can see here, if we take retailer's tax liability, that will be tax on profit of retailer. How much profit retailer has got? Retailer bought it for 2000, sold it for 3000, he has earned 1000 rupees profit. So 10% of that 1000 is 100. So here in this chart we can see retailer paid government rupees 100 as tax. So this 100 rupees is retailer's tax liability. This is called value added tax. Now this value added tax is changed in another way, which is called now GST. So let us see how. So we have three types of GST, that is CGST, Central Goods and Services Tax. This tax is charged in case of intrastate sale. When sale is done between the same state, then SGST and UTGST. SGST or UTGST means state or union territory goods and services tax. This is also done in intrastate sale. And IGST, that is integrated goods and service tax, that is done when interstate transaction. When any sale or purchase is done in the same state, like in Uttar Pradesh to Uttar Pradesh only, both dealer or retailers are from the same state, then the tax collected, total tax collected will be divided half in CGST and SGST. If suppose any article is sold for rupees 1000 and tax collected is 100 rupees, that is 10%. So tax collected 100 rupees, so half will be 50 rupees will be given as CGST and 50 rupees will be given as SGST. In this way, if any sale consists between two states, like from Mumbai to Bangalore, anything is sold, then no CGST or no SGST will be collected. Only total tax will be collected as IGST, that is integrated goods and services tax. And later on, this will be divided equally between central government and state government. Let's see exercise 1. Question number 1. A dealer X in Meerut, UP sold a table for rupees 12,000 to a customer in Agra, UP. If GST rate is 18%, calculate IGST, CGST and SGST. So let us see. Since the sale is intrastate, we can see Meerut and Uttar Pradesh, Agra. Both Meerut and Agra both are in UP. It means the sale is done in the same state. So in same state IGST will be 0. Then CGST will be half of the total tax. So total tax is given 18%. Rate of GST is 18%. So 9% of selling price, 9% of 12,000, that is 1,080 rupees will be CGST. Same will be SGST, 9% of rupees 12,000, that is rupees 1,080. Let's see question number 2. A wholesaler A sells a machine to a retailer B for rupees 5,000 and the retailer B sells it to a consumer at a profit of rupees 1,000. If the GST rate is 12%, calculate the tax liability of retailer B. How much GST tax will be paid by retailer? So you see, first of all, input GST for B. B had bought it for rupees 5,000. B had bought it for rupees 5,000. So he will pay 12% of 600. He will pay 600 rupees input GST. Input GST on the first step. As suppose a shopkeeper purchases from wholesaler, then tax paid by shopkeeper is input tax. And when shopkeeper collects the tax from customer, that will be his output tax. Then difference of output and input tax is called tax liability. So we see that input GST for B 12% of 5,000, that is 600 rupees. Output GST for B, he sold it for 6,000, profit of 1,000 rupees. So 12% of 6,000, that is 720 rupees. So tax liability of B is output GST minus input GST. So that is 720 minus 600 rupees 120 will be tax liability of B. A dealer in Mumbai sold a telescope to an end user in Bangalore. End user means after that it has not to be sold. So the marked price of telescope was rupees 25,000 and dealer offered a discount of 20%. If the rate of GST is 28%, calculate the IGST, CGST and SGST charged from the end user. Also determine the total amount of bill. So we know that this is interstate transaction that is being done. Transaction is done between Mumbai and Bangalore. Both are in different state. Mumbai is in Maharashtra and Bangalore is Karnataka. So this is interstate transaction. So IGST will be collected. IGST is 28% of selling price. So first we find out selling price after discount. So our selling price will be 25,000 minus 20% of 25,000. That is 25,000 minus 5,000. So we get 20,000. That is selling price after discount. So IGST will be 28% of 20,000. That is 5,600 rupees IGST. Then it is intrastate. So no CGST and no SGST. Both will be 0. Then total bill equal to This is the selling price 20,000 and 5,600 is IGST. So both added we get 25,600 rupees. Let us take question number 6. A registered computer engineer provides computer maintenance services to 5 different companies. He offers different discounts to different companies depending upon their payment terms. So here we can see that the computer engineer provides service to companies C1, C2, C3, C4 and C5. Service cost is for C1 8,200, for C2 12,100, for C3 13,600, for C4 8,000 and C5 12,500, and different discounts are given for different companies. So if the rate of GST is 18%, then calculate output GST for computer engineer. It means we have to find the GST collected by computer engineer. So let us see how we do. What we have to do in this? First of all, we find out how much is charged from each company. Whatever is charged total, then tax on that total amount will be output GST for computer engineer. So let us see. So for company C1, service cost after discount, so that is 8,200 minus 30% of 8,200. 30% discount is given. So 30% of 8,200. So we get 8,200 minus 2,460. 5,740 rupees is the service cost. Then service cost for C2, similarly we will get 12,100 minus 25% of 12,100. So that we get 9,075 rupees. For company C3, service cost, that is 13,600 minus 20% of 13,600, that is 10,880 rupees. So for service cost for C4, that is 8,000 minus 15,000 of 15% of 8,000, that is 6,800 rupees. Similarly, cost for company 5, so we get 12,500 minus 10% of 12,500, that is 11,250 rupees. So total service cost collected, that we add all these service costs, so we get 43,745 rupees. So output GST will be collected on this 43,745 rupees. This much amount is collected by software engineer. So output GST will be 18% of 43,745. So we get 7,875.10 rupees. This much is output GST for computer engineer.